Again, present Senate Bill 584.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished members of the committee, for the record, Senator J.B. Jennings for Senate Bill 584. This is a transparency and due process bill. It ensures that when major transmission infrastructure is proposed in our communities, landowners receive clear notice, full information, and a meaningful opportunity to participate before decisions are made. This legislation arises directly from what my constituents, many sitting here to my left, experienced during proceedings before the Maryland Public Service Commission in a case that is affecting my district and many districts through parts of the state. Beyond the notification failures, there are serious concerns about transparency surrounding the project's true capacity and long-term purpose for the issue that my constituents have been dealing with. In May of 2025, the Power Plant Research Program, the PPRP, commissioned an independent analysis of the proposed transmission lines. That analysis, and real quick, that goes back to this Brandon Shore's retirement project that's dealing with, I guess, case number 9748 that's we've been dealing with. But they commissioned an independent analysis of the proposed transmission lines. That analysis, conducted by independent expert Ricardo Austria, concluded that the project would create excess transmission capacity beyond what is required to address current reliability needs. The report recommended that the Public Service Commission grant BGE CPCN only if the company transparently quantified how much additional capacity the new lines would generate. That finding goes directly to the heart of the public trust. If infrastructure is being constructed with capacity beyond immediate reliability needs, the public deserves to understand who ultimately benefits from that excess capacity and whether it serves Maryland taxpayers or ratepayers. The independent report was released on May 16, 2025, and concluded that BGE would be required under Senate Bill 909 to quantify this additional capacity. Yet, on that same day, Governor Moore vetoed that transparency legislation sponsored by our senator sitting here in this committee, Senator Hester, and passed by the General Assembly, which was designed to require greater disclosure regarding future load forecasts and grid planning. I voted in favor of that bill during the 2020 session and supported, thankfully, the successful veto override during the special session that we had back in December of this year, or last year. The independent study and the back and forth dance over transparency underscores the need for stronger safeguards in Maryland. When a state commissioned expert identifies excess capacity and recommends additional disclosure, while key agreements and analysis remain confidential, the public is left without clear answers. Which brings me to why this bill is necessary. Because many affected landowners were never promptly notified of their right to intervene. It was only through personal research and community support that 17 landowners petitioned to intervene long after the deadline had passed. Due to the gravity of their claims regarding property rights, 8 were granted limited intervener status, some just days before evidentiary hearings. You will hear today from some of them, many of my constituents who were granted status from that were actually denied and could not be given that hearing. If my constituents had not been clearly informed of their rights and granted full intervener status in a timely manner, the findings of the independent PPRP study and the broader questions about excess capacity could have not been more thoroughly examined during evidentiary hearings. Senate Bill 584 ensures that this does not happen again, not in my district and not in your district or anywhere else in this state. These concerns are reflected in the experiences of many members of Stop MPRP organization, some of whom have joined me here today. This bill strengthens requirements with new and expanded transmission lines require a certificate of public conveyance and necessity. It guarantees clear and timely written notice, explicit explanation of the right to intervene, clear filing instructions, stated participation deadlines, and transparency before approvals are granted. When infrastructure projects impacted private property, landowners deserve clarity. They deserve due process, and they deserve a fair opportunity to be heard before permanent infrastructure is approved. Transparency strengthens public trust, and public trust strengthens the legitimacy of the Commission's decisions. I respect the favorable consideration of this legislation, Mr. Chairman and committee members. Thank you.
Why don't we take the witnesses?